you guys on how to cut or draft a three-part corset or three pieces corset, okay, with a basque waistline. That's tutorial for today, guys. So if this is what you're interested in, please kindly watch this video to the end. All right, okay. So guys, if this is your first time of coming into my channel, please kindly subscribe and hit notification bell so that whenever I upload any new videos you get notified. And thank you guys, thank you to all my subscribers. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Okay, so without wasting much of our time, let's get started. Okay guys, so you are welcome now to our cutting table. So now, as you can see, I have my pattern paper here. I've already drafted my basic bodies. Okay, so here I have my horizontal measurements. So from this is my starting line, which will serve as my shoulder line as well. So from this shoulder line, I've already marked out all my horizontal measurements. All right, so from here I have from my shoulder to bust point. So this is my bust point measurement. So here is shoulder to bust point. Okay, so this is my under bust. So here is my waistline. All right, so from here is the blouse length or hip line. This is my blouse length. Okay, so now after marking out all these horizontal measurement, you can see here I have my shoulder sloped. I use 3 inches, but I'm not going to be needing this just in case if you want to cut yoke for your corset. All right, so here I have neck width of 3 and the neck depth of 3 inches. So this is not the actual neckline I'll be using for this corset. Okay, so now I have my this is my shoulder measurement. Your shoulder divided by 2, I have 8. So here I have half inch for my shoulder slant, and here is my armhole. I use 8 inches for my shoulder as well. So now, after marking out all these things, now the next we are going to do right now is to mark out our bust span. Okay, remember our bust span. So we are going to use my bust span. I have 4.5. 8 divided by 2, that is 4. Then I added half inch, making 4.5. All right, so I will mark it all the way from my bust point down to, so this place is my, so now down to the hip line or my blouse length. Okay, after that I'm going to be marking out the neckline I'll be working on. So here I'll be using 7 inches. Okay, so I'll go ahead and roll the line. So this is 7 inches for my neckline. So after marking out the bust span, now the next thing I'll do, I'll connect the lines. I'll connect all the lines like this. Okay, going to connect the lines. So here on this my bust point, I'll come down by half an inch up and half an inch downwards. Okay, so after that, now the next thing I will do, I will measure the distance from my bust point to my under bust measurement, my actual bust point, not the half inch down or upwards. Okay, so here I have 3 inches. I'll go ahead and make a circle round. I'll measure that 3 inches round. Okay, I will make circle all round. Okay guys, so now I'm done marking it out. I'll go ahead and highlight it so that we'll be able to see it very well. Okay, so I'll make a circle. I'll connect the lines for us to see it very well. So this is it. If you have your compass, I think that will be easy. Okay, all right, so I'm done connecting all the dots together. So now at this underbust, I'm going to mark 1 inch in and 1 inch out for my dart at my under bust line. So I've marked 1 inch in and 1 inch out. I'll do the same thing at my waist line. So after which I'll go ahead and connect it to my blouse length like this. Okay, I'll first of all connect it. I'll connect the line. Okay, then I'm going to blend it in like this. Okay, so now after this, now the next thing I'm going to do on this top part too, I will mark 1 inch in and 1 inch out as well. Okay, I'll do the same thing here at this upper part. So I'm going to mark the same thing. So after which I'll go ahead and connect it with my French curve. I'll be connecting the points together from the half inch we came down. So I'll go ahead and make and connect it. I'll make a curve like this. Okay, so this is what I have here. So after connecting this one, I'll also connect this also. Okay, from that same half an inch, I will connect it like this. So that half inch is to enable us not to have a sharp edge. That is why I normally add come down by half inch upwards and half inch downwards. So after connecting like this now, so the next thing I'm going to do right now, I'll go ahead from this my neckline. I'll be coming down by 1 inch, or you can come down by half an inch. Remember, I have 7, so I'll just come down by half because I don't want this the cleavage to show that one. So now I'll go ahead and connect from here, from that same line. I will be marking 0.75. Okay, that will be the distance between the two cups. Okay, so 0.75, after which I'll go ahead and connect it. I'll blend it in like this. Okay, so after that now I will also connect from that same point. I'll also connect it to this under bust line, so like this. All right, so now after this now, the next thing I will do right now, I'll go ahead and impute my bust measurement. Okay, remember my bust measurement, I have the bust measurement of 39. So when you divide 39 by 4, that will give us 9.7. All right, so I'll go ahead and mark 9.7 for my bust measurement. All right, so having done this now, so the next thing I'll do right now, so guys, the next thing I will do right now, here now, I'm going to get the midpoint of these two places. So I have 2 inches here. So the midpoint is 1 inch. So from there, I'm going to come down by half an inch. Right? So after which I will connect it. I'll go ahead and connect it like this. Okay. I'll connect it like this. All right. So after which I will also connect from here. I also blend it into my under bust measurement like this. I want to use pen so that you guys will see the difference. Okay, so this is what I have here now. I hope it's visible. I hope you guys understand what I did here. So now, after all these things now, the next thing we are going to do is to get, like now our 2-part corset is ready. For us to get the 3-part corset now, we are going to be coming down from here. I'll go ahead and mark out 2 inches from here. So my 2 inches is here. I have 2 inches here. I don't know, my marker is going off and on. It's trying to dry off. So here I have my 2 inches. So from this center part now, I will come down by 2.5. So this is 2.5 here on both sides. I'll be marking 2.5. So on this center part now, I will come down by 2 inches. So these lines, I'm going to connect them together. Okay. So like this now, I'll connect the lines. So now guys, this is the 3-part corset. Okay, so remember we have to, I don't know if you guys understand this, I don't want this to be confusing. Okay, so after this now, the next thing I will do right now is to input our horizontal measurements. Okay, so now here I've already got my bust divided by 4. So now I'll go ahead and add the dart. Remember we took 2 inches here, so I'll be replacing it 2 inches. So after that I'll go ahead and add my sewing allowance. Okay, so I'll be using 1.5 inch for my sewing allowance. Okay guys, so now my underbust measurement, I have 34 inch, and 34 divided by 4, that will give us 8.5. All right, so you go ahead and mark out your 8.5. So here, remember the 2 inches that, so I'll replace it. Then my sewing allowance, 1.5. So here, then my waist measurement, I have 34.5 divided by 4, it will give us 8.75. All right, so when you mark it, this your that int, you are going to replace it. All right, then my sewing allowance. Okay, so now, so after marking all the, I'm going to connect all these dots. I'll be connecting it like this. So this is what I have here. Remember, this is my waistline. So now, on this my waistline, we are done with the 3-part corset. Okay, so this is one. We have one here. After cutting it, you are going to replace it on a different paper to form um one, so that we will be able to get our 3 parts. All right, so this is 1, 2, and 3. So now this is 2 and this is 3. So here, so you have to make a mark so that you'll be able to understand where you are sewing. Okay, so now I will write here, this is the mid, this is the center front. So, and this is the side. Okay, this is the side, this is the side. So I'm trying to make the way I will understand it, so I will not be able to misplace it after cutting. But when you cut, it's going to be pieces and it's going to be a lot more confusing. So now we are done with the 3-part corset. Okay, so if because we are going to be adding a basque, going to be making the down part a basque. Okay, basque effect. If not, like you add your hip measurement. Okay, you're going to add your hip measurement, but here I won't be needing this hip measurements here. Okay, because of this basque effect. Okay, or basque pattern. So now the next I'm going to do on this my waistline, I'll go ahead and come down by half an inch. I'll come down here by half an inch. Okay, so I'll just mark half an inch. So this is the half an inch. Okay, so I want to create our basque waistline now. So after marking this half an inch, from that same half an inch, okay, I'll go ahead and slant it. Okay, so depending on how you want it, if you want, you can still come down. All right, if you don't want it to start at the waist. Okay, so now you can still come down depending on the style you are sewing. Okay, so let's say, let me come down by, let me mark it maybe 19 inches. Okay, so here, so that means I came down from the waist, I came down by 3 inches. Okay, so after that I'm going to bring down the line, this measurement, or bring it down depending on where you want your basque to start. So from here you are going to connect it to form a basque. Okay, so now just make a straight line like this. So this is our basque. You understand, we have formed our basque measurement like this. Okay, so now it depends, you can as well, like here. So if you want it this way, but because I wanted to join, but because this is going to be a top. Okay, it's not going to be joined, I'm not joining anything at the down part. Okay, so that is why I decided to come down by 3 inches. All right, so assuming I'll be maybe joining a fitted skirt to make a dress, so I'll start from here, I will be connecting it from here. All right, or anywhere you want, depending on your choice how you want it, but I want it this way. All right, so now after that, the next thing we are going to do is to cut. We are going to be cutting it out. I'm trying to cross check. Right, now we are done. So the next thing, guys, is to cut it out. Okay, so let me quickly highlight all these things. I hope you guys understood, because of my marker was misbehaving. So like this, so that you guys will understand. So this is what I have here, the one I used pen to mark. Okay, so here, so these are the ones I'm going to cut. The ones I'm highlighting with a different marker is the one I'm going to be cutting out. All right, so I'm going to be cutting it out. So this is the one I'm going to be cutting out. See, guys, so this is how it is. So here, be cutting out. So after which you go ahead and cut out this one as well. This our three-part corset. Okay, so it's like this. So this is how it's going to be like. I hope you guys can now understand. So this is one. We have number one, number two, and number three. So this is center front, all right, and this is side. Okay, so that you won't get confused when you cut it out. Right. So now, guys, this is our three-part corset. So the next thing I'll do right now, I'll go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so that I'll be able to cut the back part. Right. So I will start from here. Okay, guys, so sorry I didn't highlight this. So now, so this is how it looks like. Continue with my cutting. So okay, guys, so now I'm done cutting it out. So you can see this is what we have here. You can see it's in four pieces. So I'm going to be putting this, we're going to mask it. We use our tape to mask it down. All right, we put it on a different sheet of another pattern paper, so that we'll be able to make it one piece. All right, so that it will form our three-part corset. Okay, so that is basically the only thing left for us to do right now. So let me go ahead and fix that. So set this one aside. Right, so I'm going to bring a different sheet of pattern paper, so like this. So I'll go ahead and place it together. So I'll be placing it together, so like this. Okay, guys, so now I've taped it and I've also duplicated it on this another pattern paper now. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. You can see now it has become one. So this is our new pattern. Okay, guys, so this is what we'll have. All right, so put this one aside. I'll bring the, so have this now. So this is one. It's like this. Okay, so this is it. This is the center for. You can see the reason why it's necessary for you to label it. If not, you will be confused if you don't label it. Okay, after labeling one, two, and three, also try to label the center and the side, so you know where you are sewing, exactly where you are sewing. So this is what you have here. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is the three-part corset. You can see the down part, we have our basque, and on this our hip line we have the basque corset basque three part corset. All right, so this is number one. So this is how it's going to be. Okay, all right guys, so now let's quickly cut the back. Okay, the back, you can use any um, back of your choice. So let's quickly cut that one out. Okay guys, so now this is for the back. We are about to cut out the back cut set, our back pattern. So now I've draft out the basic bodies. Okay, so the next thing I'll do right now, here this is the back. There will be no zipper. Okay, actually at the end I will be eliminating about 2.5 or 3 inches. Okay, because I'll be using um loops at the back. Okay, or I'll be using eyelets. Okay, it's going to be in a corset form, so I won't be using zipper here, so that I won't add any zipper. So from here now, I'll just go ahead and add my I will be adding my bust span for the dart. Okay, so now I'm marking out my bust span for the dart. Okay, from here, so here I have all the horizontal measurements. You can see here I have my bust point, my under bust, and my waist line, then as well as my blouse or top length. Okay, so now this is my armhole, this is my shoulder line, and this is my armhole. I can see our shoulder slant, okay, or shoulder slope. So from here I marked 8 inches, okay, for my armhole curve. Here 8 inches for my armhole curve, though we don't actually need it, but should in case you are cutting, you'll be going to be adding yoke. This is where you need this part if you'll be adding yoke to your corset. Okay, so now this is my armhole curve. Remember, when we are cutting the front, after the armhole curve we came down by half inch. All right, so this is the half inch I came down from that from the front. So this is how come I got this, and it will serve as the chest line. So here, after marking our bust span, so I will bring it all the way up to this half inch. So I'm going to connect the lines. I'll go ahead and connect the lines. Okay, so after that, at this waistline now, remember this is our bust point. This bust point, even though we don't need it, but I just have to label it, okay, for you to understand. So this is the under bust and this is the waistline. Okay, so at this waistline now, I'll go ahead and measure half inch on both sides. Okay, so I'll measure half inch on both sides, after which I'll go ahead and connect it. So I'll connect like this. Okay, all right, so I'll connect like so, after which I'll go ahead and blend it in to this our blouse length. Okay, so after blending it in like this, so this is what we have. This is our dart. Okay, so now after that we are going to, so remember here, like I said, I'll be using a loop, so I have to mark out. I'll be removing about two, yeah, about 2.5. So I'll just measure 2.5 down. So I'll be eliminating this part, okay, to create room for my, so that I'll be able to create room where the loose will be. Okay, you can decide to use 3 inches or 2.5. So here now, go ahead and mark all the 2.5 down. So this is my 2.5. Okay, so I'll connect the lines. So now this is it. So now all my measurements, now I will start from here, from this line. I'm going to start from this line to input my measurement. So now I have the bust measurement of I have the bust measurement of 39. So 39 divided by 4, that will give us 9.7. So you mark it, then you add your sewing allowance. I have my 1.5 inch of sewing allowance here. So now the next thing I will do, so now at the underbust measurement, you're going to input your underbust divided by 4, which is I have 38, which is 8.5. So remember we took out 1 inch. So you're going to replace your dart intake. So you are going to add your sewing allowance, okay? So here I have my sewing allowance. So the waist I'm going to do the same. Yeah, oh, sorry guys. You see, remember like I said, all my markings will start here. I just made a mistake. Okay. So let me highlight it so that I will remember. So here now, I have my 8.5. So I'll mark my 8.5. Then I'll add my dart intake. After which I'll add my sewing allowance. All right. So I'll do the same thing here. 38 and a half. That is 8.7. 1 inch for that and 1.5 for sewing allowance. Okay. So now remember we came down from our waistline. We came down by 3 inches. Okay, so you are going to mark it. Remember we are sewing, we came down by 3 inches, so I'm going to connect all the lines. So this is what I have here. Right, so from here now we're going to create our basque, and so like this. So we're going to be adding it. So this is for the basque. Okay, you connect just like we did while cutting the front. Okay, you connect it this way. So this is what we have here. So this line we are going to be cutting it out. So this will be cut out. All right, you don't need this again because I want to use eyelet for the back. So now for this back, if you want to come down, you can decide to come down again if you want it to go, but already I have here, this is what I have 9 inches already. So I'll be maintaining this pattern. So I'm not going to be cutting out, I'm not going to be coming down again. But in case if you want to come down, you can decide to maybe come down by maybe 1/2 inch or 1 inch or 1.5. So you are going to give it like this. You can mark this way. Okay, so depending on what design you are making. So okay, let me just highlight it so you guys understand what I mean. If you want to come down, I'm not actually going to be cutting this. Okay, so like this, you can decide to come down. All right, but I think the down is already, because I don't want it to go any further down. So but if you want something down very deep down, so from here already I have my shoulder. From this shoulder I have 9 inches, so I think I'm okay with the 9 inches here I have. So I'll be maintaining this particular neckline. Okay, but if you want yours to come down, maybe you want to use like 10 or 10.5 or maybe 12, you want it to come as low, everything depends on you. Okay, so all you need to do is from here you extend the line down to where you want it to be. So now I think I'm okay with this. So the next thing I'll do right now, I'll go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so this is how I'm going to cut it. Okay guys, so this is what I have here. You can decide to cut this dart, okay, or you can decide to just leave it like this. Okay, I think I'll be leaving the dart, okay, so that when I'm sewing I'll go ahead and hold it. Okay, because you can see it's too tiny, so I'll be holding it. I will just transfer this pattern on my fabric. Okay, I will be holding the dart, I won't be cutting it out. You can decide to cut it entirely, or you transfer everything, after we should go ahead and hold it. So I think that is the method I'll be using for this particular tutorial. All right guys, so this is what we have here. So the next thing is to transfer it on our fabric. Okay, so now this is what I have. Okay, so this is for the back and this is for the front. Okay, so this is what we have here. This is our 3-part corset. All right, so guys, if you find this tutorial helpful, kindly give this video a thumbs up. All right guys, and hit notification bell to get notified whenever I upload new videos. Oh my god, sorry for the fan. Okay, here we are in heat, so the fan is always on. So this is it guys. All right. So now we are going to transfer them on our fabric and start sewing. So thank you guys for watching. See you in my next video on how to sew this particular top. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.